All right, well, welcome everybody and guests. My name is Derek Satterfield. I'm the Director of Enrollment at Rockingham Community College, and this is our Assistant Director, Kristen Marsh. And today we are presenting Where the Rubber Meets the Road. We're going to talk a little bit about marketing and specifically how you to market your specific programs in the community. I know a little bit of low enrollment, but we're going to get it out there.
Mine's pretty good.
Pretty good this year? Okay.
I'm full.
You're okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
that other girl.
Oh, the other one, yeah.
Yeah, it's that other one.
And then we can always use a few more in VLAT, right, Jim? So we're going to get it up there. Okay.
And how's industrial technologies going right now? Wonderful.
One. Chris's program is nothing's full yet, but I think things are getting tight.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit on a couple of programs.
Okay, cool deal. All right, so plan for the session is an overview of missions and marketing, past projects, promotion of your specific academic program, innovative ideas, how to start the process, and questions and comments. All right, why attend a community college? This is basically, I'm preaching to the choir here. We all work at community college. We all know first selling, this is actually selling to the parents more than the student. It's cheaper, and we're a great place to experiment. Don't know what you want to do? Did anyone listen to NPR this morning?
Mm-hmm.
The whole morning program is about, is a college degree worth it? The students, coming out with $200,000 in debt for an English major. We all work at a college, we can advise them a little better than that, but that was the kind of the example they gave. My guys wanted to call and go, community college, us, hello, talk about us. All right, flexible schedule with a variety of options. We have part-time, full-time. You can still live at home. That can be a good thing. Mom can do your laundry, as I say sometimes. Everyone should do their own laundry. Everyone should do their own laundry. I just know sometimes reality. Smaller classes, you can transfer. You can transfer from here and go just about anywhere. And in North Carolina, this was a shocking statistic to me. I found, in doing my research, I discovered that 40% of all UNC system graduates, not attendees, but graduates, started at a community college. And if you look at the numbers, and if you go to any UNC system school, you'll see about a third of their students started at community college. Do the math, a third of the attendees went, but it's 40% of the graduates, which means our transfer students are graduating at a higher rate than their students. All right, of course, education pays. Most of you have seen this chart. This chart gets updated just about every year. If you haven't been to the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, go. This is a great chart. I used to use it for my at-risk youth. And right now you can see that you earn about $250,000 more just by spending 2 years here, over your lifetime. You can buy a house just by coming here for 2 years, pretty much. And that's not counting inflation. So as inflation goes up more and more, it's about $7,000 per year with an associate's degree for high school. All right, why marketing? The academic program is the major reason students go to a community college. It's not your climbing wall. It's not our facilities. They don't visit and say, oh, I love it. They'll call us on the phone, what do you offer? Do you have this? Do you have X? That's why they choose a community college. All the research has shown this. Number one reason students go to a community college is the program. Student demographics and employer demand information is available now. If you don't know, it's not a global world. We now, by law, with some of the new financial aid rules, we have to publish our employer data, employability data, and student demographics online. And some of the things like ACT, College Board, CFNC pick up on that, and they'll actually put it in a comparative basis. We can compare schools from one to the other. And as community college, we must have a dialogue with our local employers. Yes, we know jobs are out there across the state. I'm sure this is true in your counties as well, but asking them to cross the county border is like asking them to move to Mars. Because, well, there's no jobs in Rockingham. It's like, well, Greensboro's hiring search techs right now. They want you. Greensboro? Drive 30 minutes? Like, yeah.
Another county?
Another county? Avalanche? I'm sure that doesn't happen in your area. But yeah, but we need to also be very intuitive to our, local employers. If some have a new plant comes in, of course, we all know that it makes widgets. We need widgets, associate degree in widget making, or something very similar. Or we'll get Chris to do it in the machine. All right, why marketing? Market research is the key to successful recruiting efforts. In a 2006 study, they studied 675 community college students. I kept my research to only community college students. Now, number one reason for selection, types of programs offered. They're going after our programs. And then it was quality of institution, which, maybe tuition and fees, reputation of the college, and then faculty qualifications. That was still there. They don't see the faculty. But again, they choose the college for your programs. Okay. Research and institutional data are vital to recruitment efforts. We need that data. Understand your current students, then recruit new students. This is a biggie. If you want us to go after your current students, and we're gonna have some procedures here about how we can market your specific program. The first thing we're going to do is sit down with you. Discover, are there common characteristics to your current students? Is there something that kind of ties them all together? Is there a specific demographic we can target in the community? I know we have all ages, all groups here, but sometimes you look at programs and you see there's some demographic kind of unites them. Is there something we can go after? Can we target? Because targeted recruitment is always more effective than just doing a buckshot kind of shotgun approach. Always. We can target people. Here we go. All right. Advertising alone will not result. Marketing is essential. I love this quote. Marketing without research is just advertising. You've got to research. You've got to go out there. You've got to talk to you. Faculty are the experts. You know this program. You know who's hiring. You know where the jobs are. And most of you have worked in the industry for a long time. And over here too. All right. Understanding student demand is essential. Research will assist in developing new programs to recruit new students. That's big for us. Class scheduling, which we as a community college do this very well, I think. Class scheduling should be based on student needs as well as institutional needs. But there are competitors are coming after our students. And we all know about those online programs. Names should not be mentioned. Not all are accredited, but they are still, some of them are going after us big time. Just because online, anytime. Not that we should move math online. I'm very much against that. But they do have some convenience. They do have some good marketing. You've got to give it to University of Phoenix. Their marketing department works overtime. So, it's hard to compete with. Phoenix said I could sit in my living room and do the whole degree online.
Well, and once employers start accepting those badges and certificates in lieu of what we're offering, then it's worse.
Okay, and basically in the community, what we're going to do for you is once we establish a population, the admissions and program faculty should work together to recruit the students. When we talk to you, find out if there's nothing in common, we'll just do different approaches. If there's something that we can target, we'll go after those students together. Because we're good in the community, but you know your program back better, much better than we do, so we can take you with us. And recruitment and promotion of an academic program often involves the college going to potential students rather than students coming here. If you haven't noticed, they're kind of lazy sometimes. Getting them here on campus for anything, even if it's like, oh, we can tell you, you probably can tell me stories, but sometimes getting them on campus is a little hard. Sometimes if we go to them, different events, Goodwill, JobLink, high school. Right. In addition, research has shown, there's a great deal of research showing this, that the more times a potential student comes to your campus, the more likely they are to enroll. And this should be shown over and over and over again in the research, and it doesn't have to have anything to do with school. The more times they're here, it can be for a college, it can be for the science fair, it can be for a play, it can be for an event, a festival, anything. Some examples we use is RCC Day, departmental specific tours. We've all had the big RCC Day, but there's nothing wrong with doing a departmental tour. Summer fun days, which Kristen will explain a little bit, job shadowing, and then, the festivals. We need to have a little bit more of. But anytime you get people onto campus, they know where we are. We should, but it's sometimes, I feel like we shouldn't have to give directions to students who live here in the county. Like, if I want to come to admissions, where are you? We're on County Home Road. Where's that? Where's Wentworth? You're like, okay, good. But, they should have come here, through their, as a child, as something they should have just somehow had a need to interact with us somehow. All right, and past projects, I'm going to turn over to Kristen because she's going to do the fun stuff.
Yay. So, y'all probably familiar with a lot of terms that we'll use, so I'm going to give a little bit more description so they'll understand exactly what we're talking about. So some of the past projects that we did this year that we had really good success with was RCC Day, which is a campus tour of all 4 of our local high schools. We bus them in. They're identified by their counselor at the high school as a potential candidate for a student here, or they've completed an application but haven't decided what they're doing. We have 2 a year. We have 1 in April and 1 in October. So we combine at the end of the school year all those names, and then we put them into a group and then run the merge list with students who've actually enrolled. Last year, 40% of the students that attended RCC Day enrolled in the fall semester, which is a very good number for us. It moved us up percentage-wise with enrollment in high school compared to where we were.
We're about 25% for the high school, so 40% for that group.
It's a pretty good number. Also, as y'all know, we had a wellness fair with the second-year associate degree nursing students do a wellness fair for the college. And so I presented an idea to them to take it on the road. We went to all 4 high schools with the fair. We also invited the other departments to go with us, and Jennifer Tulloch and Crystal both did presentations for Surge Tech, had a little kiosk at each location with this PowerPoint presentation video of their program. I learned a lot from that, things I didn't know, like Surge Tech is a national certification. It's not just local. Who knew that? Now I do. And now I can tell my students that. That's just another part of getting to know your faculty and their programs. So, and then scholarship days, and we'll go into a little bit detail, but that's basically a program that the Carolina Advising Corps group decided to try to host here on our campus, and for 4 Saturdays in February we had local students, not necessarily RCC students, but again, getting them to our campus, and had just a variety of scholarship applications, and they also helped them do essay writing for their scholarships, even if it just wasn't RCC. So, this is the let's hit the lights for the pictures. If y'all are okay with that, don't fall asleep. This is some pictures from the wellness fair. As you can see, we're in the library at one school. We're in an actual nursing facility at another school, and then just some of their posters. But just an opportunity for the high school students to come through, talk to the students, get to learn more about our programs. We passed out packets of information, just a variety of stuff for them to see. And then also they learned something about childhood obesity, HIV and AIDS, and stress. There was a number of other ones. It's just some of the better pictures that I was able to pull together. And then RCC Day, just our tour of the entire campus, getting to see what our facilities are like, what the hands-on demonstrations are like. There were only a couple programs that were actually involved, but we wanted to be able to open this up eventually to have a bigger, include the Lifelong Learning Center and those programs over there, and as well as other programs that are on our campus. Yeah. So, promoting your academic program. Some of the ideas in the research show some of the things that I'm going to talk about in a minute that are very effective in promoting your program. So the scholarship days, and this is a picture of some of the Carolina Advising Corps. They were all girls, so I always call them the girls. There are actually 44 partner high schools in North Carolina that have these Carolina Advising Corps. Recent graduates from Carolina going around helping with college advising. So we use them specifically to help us with recruitment in the high school. And we talked about what they did for Scholarship Day. They were here every Saturday morning with bells on, had glitter posters and snacks, and just really try to cater to the high school students to increase their numbers, I guess, in applications. But also, last year we had 0 scholarship applications for RCC from McMichael. This year, that 10 people got actually awarded.
Wow.
So it helped. So that's something we'll want to think about. Maybe on a scholarship day, have your department available to answer questions of the students who are there. The Miller Coors scholarship application is always on the table. So having maybe somebody from Industrial Technologies there to answer questions about the programs. Well, we're always there, but it's usually we kind of get tied up in helping people just around the building and such. But we always try to do admissions on those days. But it'd be fun to have some extra people there too. Oh, I'll go backwards. CFNC notification emails. We use CFNC for our online applications. They're in the control center, there's a place where you can go in and identify a particular person to receive emails when somebody says, I want to be a surge tech major. And that will send an email to that identified person. Say, Jennifer's like, anytime somebody applies for surge tech, I want to know who they are so I can follow up on. If they don't actually enroll, I can find out who they are, how to get in touch with them, and ask them if there's something I can do to get them to come into the program. So all you need to do is let me know if you're wanting to do that. I can go in the control center, set that up, and you can get those emails. It's a new thing that I just learned about. We actually did a test pilot when Suzanne Martin was here in Industrial Technologies, and she was able to receive those emails and follow up on if they didn't actually enroll, why, and then what she could do to help them. And we're transferring that over to Perry, so he'll be able to get those emails now and follow up on those same things. RCC Day, we just want to open that up and let everybody know that we want to invite you to be participating in the program. If you have something fun or interactive in your department, or if you just want to have a video presentation that we can put online, so somebody goes to our website and you say, I just want to see what it looks like, or I want to hear what that faculty member has to say about their program. If you want to provide that with us, we're going to be setting all that up as we receive information. But we're always looking for people to help be tour guides, help and serve lunch, clean up, and people to take pictures. And that way, it also gives you a chance to interact with students that you may not normally get to interact with. As you can see, this year we did tie-dye t-shirts. It said rock on the front, and then not your typical community college on the back, which is our...
We had rock with a peace symbol.
Yeah, the O of the rock was a peace symbol. So it was fun. I love tie-dye, and as you can see, some of my artwork is...
She did most of it.
The ones that aren't good, I didn't do. I'll just put that out there. So along the tour of RCC Day, we stopped in cosmetology. The students were able to talk to instructors and to other students and find out if they liked what they were doing. How long did you have to stand there? Don't your feet hurt? Were questions that I heard them asking. They also offered free services. They get a braid in their hair, nail polish, or a hand massage. And the students actually get to tick this off. They have to do so many of these services. So that students were actually able to provide a service, earn whatever their points are, and our prospective students got to interact with them, so it was a pretty fun interaction. Everybody loves to get their fingernails painted. Even the boys got their fingernails painted. I don't know. It was interesting. Takes all sorts. Fingernail polish comes off, I guess. This is criminal justice. I was scared out of my mind when I walked through there because I went around the corner and there was a mannequin after I saw the dead body. And then there was a mannequin sitting there I didn't expect to see, and I screamed bloody murder, and everybody thought something had happened to me. I'm okay. The top corner is a decomposing body. There's worms in the eyeballs. This is a crime scene, right? It's all make-believe. It's not real.
Bob does a great job with this.
We have a theatrical arts program.
We can intertwine the two. So each student in this criminal justice program had a booth. They either had a poster, as you can see kind of in the background, with some information about different topics. There was a fingerprinting session. They would like do the fingerprints, and then they would tell them about what their fingerprints meant. Like 5% of the population has that type of fingerprint. And so that was that student right there had a very interesting fingerprint. So I was all trying to listen and take pictures at the same time, so I missed a little bit of information. And then they're able to talk to the criminal justice students, why are you doing this? What is your goal in taking these classes? Are you trying to be a cop? I want to be a cop, so do I have to take this class? And they were all talking, but you could hear them just kind of interacting. It was just very positive interaction. And plus, they were all intrigued with everything that was going on. In fact, the first time we did this, I didn't make it over here to the session, and everybody was just talking about it, and I was filling out placement testing forms, and everybody kept saying, I want to do criminal justice. I'm like, what is the big deal with criminal justice all of a sudden? There's 5 people literally in a row that want to do criminal. And it's because they went through that and they saw it and it intrigued them. They didn't know that they would be able to take classes like that, and they wanted to learn about it. So it was a very good presentation, and we always invite them to come back every time we do RCC Day. And then nursing department, always a little interesting. They walk through the sim lab and they get to see the patients and ask the patient what's wrong with each of the patients. They ask if that's real blood every single time. It doesn't even look like real blood. And then the arms for, I guess those are phlebotomy arms. I took a picture of them because it kind of freaked me out a little bit. After leaving the criminal justice and going to nursing, I'm like, but this was just one of the groups that came through the last time. And it's really interesting, just for future reference, if you ever have a student that needs a wheelchair, we do have them on our campus. And this student did need one, and we were able to have a nursing student escort him throughout the whole day. So we have services that you don't even think about until you need them, but we're able to provide them. And I'm sure that student was very grateful that he was able to do the tour and not have to sit and wait for his friends to come back that day. And then industrial technology is always a really fun area. They always have really good presentations, very interactive. You get to see things being made on the spot. It's fun. You see the robotic arm, take the puzzle apart and put it back together. It's awesome. Just all the different things that they do. And then they also talk to them. There's the one presentation they do always just inspires me is the welding video with Jay Leno. And it talks about how he pays all these people lots and lots of money to fix his really, really expensive cars, and how they're aging out. The people who are doing welding right now are getting old and they need new people to do it. And so anybody that's probably 20 and under might not know who Jay Leno is, but if you say, oh, he's like popular and he's a celebrity and he has all these really nice cars, and they're, it just lends itself to the...
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do Jay Leno welding?
It's an awesome video. And then they also do salary information, which always will... And the starting salaries of the jobs that come out of this area are higher than my starting salary currently. It makes me want to change jobs. Like, why am I doing this? I just don't. I know I don't have the skills. I'm not scientific or mechanical in mind, so I guess they need people to be admission counselors. All right. Oh, I keep skipping. Student competitions. This was an idea that I got when I went to a workshop at CAPRO, which is our admissions and registrar's office yearly conference. They had one of the schools had an art department that had a competition every year, and they used it as a recruitment day. And if you were interested in the arts, they would have like a theme, or they would just have random materials provided, and you were in groups and you made a piece of art. And then at the end of the day, they had judges come in and they served them food, like a nice dinner, and then they voted, and the person with the group with the best art project or most meaningful or whatever met the theme won. And then it was on display, like in their admissions office or on the website, something that showed this was a product that was made by prospective students at this competition. And it's something to give you a little bit of connection back. Oh, I remember that time we went to RCC and we had that art competition. So that was just an idea that I saw that I thought was really interesting. You could make it for any area. You just have to think out of the box on how you would want it to play out. Club days. We don't really have a lot of clubs on our campus. We do have a couple that are pretty active, and they'll participate in Spring Fling or in Fall Festival kind of stuff. But just something to think about if you're a club advisor. To think about when you see events that are coming up, like let's get involved. Let's ask if we can set up a table or a tent or something along the tour route. Let's just maybe pass out water bottles, or just have a table with information about your organization. And if we work together with student activities, maybe lumping it into, your group can be awarded a little bit of extra money this year if you participate in 5 activities over the course of the year. That way it'll give them a little bit of incentive, and then they get their information out there, and then it gives something more for the students to connect with. This is 2 of the groups that were at Spring Fling, and then I just did a couple more pictures of our area. The student ambassadors and work study students in the admissions office do a lot of stuff for us as far as recruitment. We have a student ambassador in each of the 4 high schools that go once a week, spend about 3 hours there. Just to answer questions, they're housed in the same office as the Carolina Advising Corps members, so they're able to work directly with that person to get students going through the process. If they have questions about their application, did they take their placement test? What do I need to score on the placement test to be in surgical technology? Those are kind of questions that our student ambassadors are able to answer. And then, of course, our workspace students are our first line at the front desk. They're able to answer the phone, answer any questions about admissions, and usually get you to the right person if they don't know the answer within a matter of seconds. Okay. Summer fun days may be something you'll want to think about. I know a lot of faculty don't work in the summer, but if you happen to be on campus because your program has a summer program, think about maybe doing something fun. If you're, connected to the PE department at all, like maybe doing like Wacky Olympics, and you can target any age group you want. We can market to any group you want to. You can market to a church group or organization or to homeschool or to just the first graders at the elementary school across the street, like however you want to do it, but just some ideas. I thought like the science department, maybe doing like something on the nature trail, just some ideas of something fun to get people to campus, to promote your program, but vicariously through something fun. Not that our programs aren't fun, but especially for like little kids, get them to play Wacky Olympics is always fun. Reaching out to organizations in our community. I go to Goodwill and do employability skills class sessions, which is people who are underemployed or unemployed in our county, and they can sign up to take this class for free. We have anybody in there from recently got out of jail to have a master's degree and haven't been able to find a job. So it's a very wide range of people. You can target them specific programs. I do it. This admissions and financial aid overview, and Suzanne from Industrial Technology used to go with me, and I guess Perry will be the person going with me from now on, just to present the information. And we always put up extra books and flyers and stuff. The school system, of course, and the Job Link Center, they are always welcoming partners to come in and spend time in there to work with their people who come through and be a referral source in the office. Then faculty web pages, just an idea, something if you don't have one already for yourself, to have something with a picture of yourself, a little bit of a bio, like maybe you went to school. It goes back to that whole, the faculty's, where did the faculty go to school? Are they good teachers? That you don't want them to find out via Rate Your Professor necessarily. So if they can read a little bit about you and say, oh wow, that's where she went to school, she must be a really good teacher, because that's where a lot of high school students go. But it just helps them keep informed on who they are. I put a picture, so when they get on campus and they're looking for Mike Frazier, like, oh, that's my advisor, Mike Frazier. I remember seeing his picture. Because a lot of times our students get lost and they don't know who their advisor is, they don't know where they're supposed to go. But if they see him walking across campus, they would follow him because he might be going to the place they want to go. It might be dangerous too. Of course, you can keep updates about your department and your club events on that page, and then you can take a picture of your classroom. What does our classrooms look like? What do the facilities look like in my area? What do my students look like when they're working in labs or in group? So that's just an idea for faculty web pages. The tips about doing the recruitment is you need to stand out and be recognizable. We always wear our polo shirts, our tie-dye shirts, our RCC shirts anytime we go out in the community, which is why we wore ours today. You want to stimulate the senses. When they come to your department, you want them to feel and smell and hear interesting things that they didn't know before they got there. Make it fun, keep it short, 15 minutes, I guess would be like a good time frame. Involve your current students. They're your best resource in your classrooms. And keep it real. Don't, that whole criminal justice thing could have been those students aren't interested in that stuff at all. They did it just for the presentation. But when you get in there and you start talking to them, they know what they're talking about. So you know that it's real. They're not just setting up the dead body on the floor just to get a good grade. Like, they're really interested. They were telling you all about it. Each person had an assignment, and they were all into it. Oops. Sorry. Resources. I had to put it on the edge. There's a picture. This is a picture of the admissions staff with the student ambassadors. This is all of our contact information. Outside of me and Derek, Kim Pryor is our public relations officer. She'd be somebody you would want to talk to. Kevin Osborne is institutional advancement, so all the numbers, demographic information you'd want to come from him. We have tablecloths, pens and pencils and folders and various other things that if you wanted to have a table or if you're having a program that you want to borrow, those are resources that you can feel free to borrow from us. And then shirts, we use Promotional Creations, and that's his phone number. Pretty easy, fairly inexpensive, lets you do whatever you want on a shirt and he'll make it right for you. So, and then if you're interested in participating in any of the programs or you might have some ideas, this is the form that's available online for you to just answer a few questions for us to get together and come up with a plan of action to get your program promoted and do whatever we can do to help you do that. Enrollment is very important, obviously, not just for me to keep my job, but for the school to stay here and to keep doing what we're doing. We need our numbers. Huh?
So we have a picnic next week.
Yeah, so we can get served lunch on a service day. So that's a form. All you need to do is just fill that out. It's on Moodle right now to download. And we have some extra ones, and then if you want to think about it, of course, if there's something that's on the form that you can just always write in. And then this is our contact information if you don't already have it.